の咎め。
Yes, for some reason I've missed this showcase. Somehow, some way I've missed the Rukia showcase. Now I can't miss it for any longer. If you are wondering about my voice, yes, I am sick. But apart from that, that's it. If you wish for a battle pass, I do always do battle pass giveaways in my Discord server, so make sure to join that, link in the description. But apart from that, let's get into the showcase. Alright, let's show off the absolute beast of a unit. Alright, now I've only got it at level 58. That is a visual glitch. Whenever you go to upgrade it to max, you can get it to max, but the issue is on your first time getting it to max, or any other unit really, you'll notice sometimes even though it visually says they're level 60, it will turn them down. Most painful thing of my life at the moment. So consistent. But apart from that, her passive, right? Okay. Not broken, not broken. Okay, we'll move on. We'll move on. You know, freeze for 2 seconds on a boss, you know? Yeah, okay. That absolute freeze also does all these buffs. You can slowly go through those because there's pretty much every single element. Wow. And then unyielding support. We're not placed. You'll spawn in and attack an enemy. Which, yeah, it's very overpowered, especially if you don't store or anything like that. You don't have to waste any units. Does it for you. And then, when follow-up attacks occur, assisted unit gains 50% damage for 20 seconds, and also 20% range. These are 9s and... Now, when placed on the field, inflicts freeze for 2 seconds and absolute 0. So, it automatically uses absolute 0 if it's placed after wave 10, just FYI. Frozen cancellation. When this unit freezes an enemy for the first time, it inflicts nullify. When attacking it with nullify, it does 50% more damage. This damage dealt increases by 100% x the current available place limit of her, which she has 3. If you get Monarch on her, she gets 1, and I'd recommend Deadeye, but if you get Monarch, you get Monarch, keep Monarch. Next, because that's already the 3 placements, 300% unit, it's like placing 3 of her, price 1. Now, Frozen World, which is the absolute 0 freeze thing that it's talking about. You can only use this once per any game, doesn't matter what game mode. Except for the new winter event where it's on 0 all the time. Global effect deals 500% damage to all enemies in range. Freezes all enemies for 4 seconds and inflicts absolute 0 if placed above wave 10. See what I mean? Or beyond. Automatically activates and pulls stats from the respective upgrade according to current wave. Wow. Now, apart from that, I've already gotten 6,000 takedowns for her, so I can definitely say she is on the main team. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty, now that we actually have enough money to place her, we will. Now, I've got units at the back defending, so you don't have to worry. Yeah, they're not making a pass. You can just hear Irons go, great, undead. But without further ado, let's place her. So her first ability is just to absolutely nuke everything with a crap ton of damage. She already has her own damage buff. Pretty simple, right? I'm going to place another one of her right next to it, just so we can have a look at like the comparison. Right? Now, the more of her you place, the less of, I guess, a buff she has. I don't exactly get this. There's nothing in the description to point as to why that is, but we just have to deal with it, right? Now, as you upgrade her, you'll notice her attack range changes, and eventually becomes a full AoE. Now, unfortunately, the last upgrade isn't a full AoE, which is why I wanted to show you. Look, if it was full AoE, it would be the best. It would be absolutely insane. Now, this unit, don't get me wrong, it's absolutely insane. It's one of the highest units on my list of meta at the moment. But, one sec. We'll wait till we have enough money. Alright, now we actually have money again. Oh no, we're out of money again. Alright, now that I actually have enough money to even consider upgrading her, let's have a look. Bam, right, goes into a current. Full AoE to a current. What are we doing? Literally, and she's got a Memoria. Pretty much the exact same as her passive, except a little bit of a buff, like anytime absolute 0 is triggered in this unit's range. This is what episode 0 looks like. And in this range, it is immediately reapplied, so it's like a double on, especially if you have 3 of them in the same area. Anytime this unit attacks via unyielding support, it now pulls its damage stat from the upgraded respective to the unit that is assisting, reduces the damage from the bonus from frozen cancellation by 20% times the assisted unit's upgrade level. Geez, that I struggled on that one. Being of Ice. Immune to status effects and status debuffs. Anytime status effect is resisted, freeze all enemies in range for 2 seconds. Jeez, this sickness is really murdering me. Alright, so preferably, you'd rather just stick to the full AoE, because, look, it's a damage comparison of almost double, but what you can do is you can get her to just before that upgrade and just have her on full AoE, and she does barely any less. Like, you'll get her up to like flat, what is it, 300 before it needs to change. Right, and now let's say you've got all those. You may want a buff unit to fight alongside it. You'd spawn in a unit like Makima. Now, of course, there's a way to get Makima up to 1,000,000 damage of spawn, though. We'll show that another time, man. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.